Outlast is a first-person survival horror game developed by Red Barrels that plunges you into the depths of terror. You play as Miles Upshur, an investigative journalist who receives a tip about unethical experiments at the remote Mount Massive Asylum. Armed with only a camcorder, you must uncover the truth while surviving the horrors within. You play as Miles Upshur, an investigative journalist who receives a tip about unethical experiments taking place at Mount Massive Asylum, a remote psychiatric hospital in Colorado. Armed with only a camcorder, Miles sneaks into the asylum at night, determined to uncover the truth. The asylum is eerily quiet, but signs of violence and chaos are everywhere. Miles soon discovers that the patients have been set loose, and the staff are either dead or missing. Miles explores the administration area, finding notes and documents that hint at the asylum's dark secrets. He learns about the Murkoff Corporation, the shady organization running the asylum, and their experiments involving a mysterious project called the morphogenic engine. As Miles delves deeper, he encounters his first hostile patient, a deranged man who chases him through the halls. Miles narrowly escapes, realizing the asylum is overrun with violent, insane inmates. Miles makes his way to the male ward, where he encounters more patients and begins to piece together the horrors of the morphogenic engine. He learns that the experiments involve inducing hallucinations and psychic abilities in patients, often driving them to madness. Miles also discovers the existence of Father Martin, a patient who claims to be a prophet and communicates with Miles through notes and messages. Martin urges Miles to bear witness to the truth. Miles is forced to flee into the sewers beneath the asylum, where he encounters more horrifying sights, including mutilated bodies and evidence of failed experiments. He eventually stumbles upon the underground lab, where he finds recordings and documents detailing the morphogenic engine's purpose, to create superhuman soldiers by harnessing psychic energy. Miles also learns about Billy Hope, a patient who is the key to the experiments. Miles makes his way to the female ward, where he encounters more hostile patients and begins to experience hallucinations himself. He learns that the morphogenic engine's influence is spreading, driving everyone in the asylum insane. Miles also encounters Chris Walker, a hulking, deranged former patient who serves as one of the game's primary antagonists. Walker relentlessly pursues Miles throughout the asylum. Miles is directed to the asylum's chapel by Father Martin, who claims that Miles must ascend to understand the truth. In the chapel, Miles witnesses a grotesque ritual and learns that Martin has been manipulating him. Martin sets the chapel on fire, forcing Miles to escape through the catacombs. Before dying, Martin tells Miles to destroy the morphogenic engine to end the suffering. Miles finally reaches the heart of the asylum, where the morphogenic engine is housed. He discovers Billy Hope, the patient at the center of the experiments, who has been transformed into a monstrous entity due to the engine's effects. Miles is captured by Murkoff operatives and subjected to the engine, which induces terrifying hallucinations and unlocks latent psychic abilities in him. Miles escapes the engine's chamber and confronts Billy, who is now a grotesque, otherworldly being. In a climactic sequence, Miles uses his newfound abilities to destroy the engine, but the process leaves him physically and mentally scarred. As the asylum collapses around him, Miles is confronted by the Walrider, a nanotech entity created by the engine that has been controlling Billy. The Walrider possesses Miles, turning him into its new host. In the final moments, Murkoff operatives arrive to clean up the asylum. They find Miles' camcorder and review the footage, only to be attacked by the Walrider, now fully in control of Miles' body. The screen cuts to black, leaving Miles' fate ambiguous. Outlast is a masterclass in survival horror, offering a chilling blend of psychological terror, intense gameplay, and a gripping story. If you're ready to face your fears and uncover the dark secrets of Mount Massive Asylum, this is a must-play game. Just remember, in Outlast, the scariest thing is what you can't see, but you'll have to keep looking.